Gabriela, USA. I'm out here to protest the State of the Nation address that President Noynoy Aquino III of the Philippines delivered just yesterday. We are here, Gabriela USA is here to give a state of the U.S. migrants here in light of Aquino's SONA. And we actually wanted to draw the connection between the migrants here and the struggles here are actually a result of the forced migration that our people experience every day, with 70% of the 4,500 Filipinos leaving the Philippines every day.
As people living here in the United States, how can we support our people's movement back home?
As people here in the United States, because there's so many Filipinos, this is the highest concentration of Filipinos outside of the Philippines are here in the United States, and we can make a huge contribution because we, for many of the migrant communities, leaving the Philippines, they leave the Philippines for work and to support their families here in the U.S. and the Philippines. It's not just a question of like how we can help. In my perspective, if our families are experiencing this, we have no choice. When our titas, titos, our moms, our dads are experiencing things like wage theft, immigration issues, they are a direct result of the forced migration that is happening. Right now, some of the issues that Gabriela is projecting is the Domestic Workers Bill of Rights here in California, and which pushes for basic protections for domestic workers, including meal and rest breaks, overtime pay, and adequate sleeping conditions for live-in workers. And we're also pushing for NAFCON's genuine comprehensive immigration reform, because we feel that we are the ones who need to organize and fight for our own rights as Filipinos here in the U.S. It's not separate. It's not a separate issue.
So one of the major things being talked about in the U.S. is, of course, the recent verdict and the killing of Trayvon Martin, and there's also the issue of black and brown youth being murdered in the U.S. Also in the Philippines, there are many extrajudicial killings going on. I was wondering if you could kind of make a connection between how those things are related to each other.
It's absolutely connected. We have police brutality. We have aggressive enforcement, and this aggressive enforcement is more and more we're finding that this aggressive enforcement is to protect the assets of those who can afford it. And in the same vein, in the Philippines, a U.S.-backed police and U.S.-backed military is also trained in the same way to protect the assets of those who can afford it. Which usually means in the Philippines it's the top 1% richest people in the Philippines, as well as the transnational corporations who continue to rob our country of natural resources and exploit our people. And when that mass exploitation happens, it leaves many more jobless. When you have people here blaming immigrants and blaming outsourcing of jobs, that is not the fault of migrants, and it's not the fault of immigrants. It is the fault of a system that doesn't allow the people to have that kind of agency and that kind of power to be able to run their own industries and to be able to have people to value the work of people, to value what they can contribute to society. So it's absolutely a product of a global imperialist system that Trayvon, young men like Trayvon and Oscar Grant are experiencing that kind of brutality and in their case death. And this is this is also something Kasama was talking about, how you don't have to put a bullet to someone's head or put a bullet to someone's body to have them experience what death is. And for a lot of Filipinos in the Philippines, they experience a slow death. And for activists, they're targets of military repression. So you have these young men walking through the streets, minding their own business on their way home, and already they are targets and accused of being a threat to people's property. And to me, that's just absurd to hear and experience as a woman of color here in the U.S. that the value of material things is actually valued much more than a human life. And we're out here today. We're out here today in solidarity with Black and brown communities to fight this kind of repression. That's all I have to say about it.
All right, thank you.